Hi there, guys. Luis from Vintage Action. I hope you guys are all well. And as I promised, guys, I'm here to do the review of Ring of Fire Trilogy. That's right, Don the Dragon Wilson, all the three movies on this gorgeous, like padded media book that is being released by Focus Media in Switzerland. End of last month, January. This one has been released the 31st by Focus Media in Switzerland. This one had been released previously last year individually, like three media books and then like standard releases. But now, for the first time, like the trilogy, as you can see, and one nice, cool media book, all the three movies, and this one comes with extra like DVD that I'm going to be talking to you guys about. But at the time, I didn't buy it at the time last year because I waited and I said, oh, they might like put like the trilogy, the three movies together. It's not like a box set; it's a media book because in Switzerland, Austria, in Germany, they love like media books, and opposite like here in UK or in US, usually they do like a box set or they do like a traditional case where they put all the movies. Usually in Germany, they love media books. And that's right, they just released this one like 2 weeks ago, end of January. And look at this like gorgeous like artwork here. The artwork from the original, from the third one, from the second one. And this one, guys, is loaded with special features. Ring of Fire 1 from 91, Ring of Fire 2, Blood and Steel from 93, and then you have Lion Strike, Ring of Fire 3, 1994. All the three movies on HD Blu-ray for the first time ever. These ones have never been released before on Blu-ray. You will not find it in US, in UK, anywhere else in the world. It was Focus Media in Switzerland that they release this one on like Blu-ray HD. And believe me, guys, they are going to be releasing a lot of the PM Entertainment movies on Blu-ray. They did with, as you can see there, like Firepower that I did the review yesterday. An amazing release full of extras as well. And they are not going to stop. The entire 25 is going to be non-stop because they are going to be releasing a lot of the cult classics from PM Entertainment that have not been released before. And they are going to be released some that had been released before, but with new transfers, new scans, higher quality, like picture quality. So that's great news if you are big fans of the 90s of PM Entertainment. If you grew up in the 80s and the 90s, that's amazing news that we're going to be able to get our hands to these cult classics that unfortunately here in the UK, in the US, no one is releasing. There is no, like a label releasing those. So that's unfortunate, but hopefully one day someone will. These boutique labels, I mean, these movies definitely deserve that treatment, even though they were low budget movies, straight to video. PM Entertainment was amazing in the 90s. And yeah, guys, this one here, guys, I ordered this one from Germany, and believe me, the packaging was amazing. Bubble wrap, as you can see, this is pristine. Look at this. There is no scratches, not dented, perfect condition. I ordered this one here, guys. Even I can show you. Media version, like in Germany. There is like a few, 4 or 5 websites where you can buy this one. You can also buy it from Amazon Germany, if you don't know, there is no Amazon Austria or Amazon Switzerland, but usually it all goes to Amazon Germany. It's like the German-speaking countries, right? So you can also buy it for Amazon Germany, but usually it's a little bit more expensive. I mean, probably a few people they trust Amazon Germany better, and I can understand why. It's reliable, and some other websites people don't know. They might think it's dodgy, but when it comes to this one, it's the first time I bought from them. As you can see, I'm going to link the down below all the. On the links where you, if you want, you can buy this one, the Trilogy, or you can, if you want to buy them individually, if for some reason you just love the first two or the first one, you can buy them individually. You don't need to buy this like a trilogy on the Mediabook. But look guys, they are 100% legit. It took like roughly 7-8 days from Germany here to the UK. It came super protected with the bubble wrap, like I told you guys, everything. They charge roughly 20 euros, like the shipping. So basically, that's 15-16 pounds, roughly the same, $20. Obviously, if you guys are in the US and you love these movies, probably you're going to be charged a lot more for the shipping to the US. Probably you're going to pay a lot more. When it comes to the actual price, like I told you, you can see here like 25-50 euros, and this one here it was 54.61. So is that expensive? Guys, usually when a new Blu-ray is released, especially here in the UK, it's roughly around £20. If you buy 3 movies, it's like 60. So this one is like 54 like euros, and you have the 3 movies on this gorgeous, as you can see. This is really good quality. This is padded like a really good quality Mediabook. And I can show you guys here, like it's a really cool. It's here, Ring of Fire 1, the Blu-ray. The second one is like on the 4K player, and I'm going to show you in a minute. This is the cool main menu. Actually, the main menus are really amazing. All of them have like the dragon, but the 3 menus are different from the 3 movies. But all the menus have the dragon, but with different artwork, so they look great. The menus, and just show you here the Mediabook. Obviously, everything is like in German, and I don't speak German. I don't understand what is written here, but if you do, it's amazing because it's a lot of information, and you have cool, nice pictures. You can see here Blood Feast, like Future Kick. You can see No Retreat, No Surrender, Gary Daniels with Jackie Chan in City Hunter, Deadly Bet with Jeff Wincott, and you can see here Out for Blood, a lot of the Cyber Tracker. So you have a lot of nice pictures, T-Force, Jack Scalia, a lot of information about PM. I mean, if you speak German, you have a lot of stuff here, a lot of information. Night Hunter, and then you have the 2 discs. This is the Ring of Fire 3, and this is an extra disc. I can tell you just like straight away. Basically, this is like a DVD. It was like a seminar that Don the Dragon Wilson did like in 2009 back in Germany. I mean, as you know, I know Don the Dragon Wilson was a world kickboxing like a champion. He's like a legit like a kickboxer, martial artist. He was a kickboxer champion like many times, and this is one of his like seminars like in Germany. And you know, they love Don the Dragon Wilson in Germany. It's no surprise that his movies are all being released there. And strangely, no one is releasing the Wilson's movies here in the UK or in the US. Okay, Vinegar Syndrome, they released like Red Sun Rising with James Liu. Okay, that was a nice one. They released a few others, but you know, a guy like Don Wilson, you should release all these movies like on Blu-ray. We had like Black Belt and Blood Feast, Shot Factory. They did those 2 because they own the rights of the Concord movies. It was Roger Corman's movie, so but they didn't release Blood Feast 2, 3, 4, 5. They should release like a box set of the Blood Feast saga, Shot Factory, because they own the rights, but they just released the first one. That's unfortunate. But for some reason, I mean, they showed the love and the appreciation that he deserves, and in Germany they love John the Dragon Wilson. They love all these like action martial art movies from the 80s and the 90s, and that's why more and more every single year you've been seeing like all these cult classics being released in Germany and without UK or US release, when in reality US and UK have the most famous like boutique labels and the most famous like studios. They are the ones releasing the most famous movies. But when it comes to these like super, it's not even super low budget movies from the 90s, but they were super famous. They made a lot of money with these. They were straight to video, but at the time video was like huge. Some movies will sometimes would flop, will be flops in the box office. They'll bomb in the box office, and then they'll be like gigantic in the VHS, in the video store area. People just rent it and they'll make millions just in the rentals in the video store. So these movies were huge in the 90s. I mean, I grew up watching these, especially the first and the second one, the Ring of Fires. They were gigantic movies, and they should show that appreciation. And let's see, someone is going to put this one in America one day. Many Vinegar Syndrome, MVD, they are the ones that sometimes release those martial arts action B movies. Maybe 88 films, 101 films here in the UK. Maybe, let's see. But for now, guys, unfortunately, I know you guys in US, I know you have to order from Germany, and probably you have to pay a lot of money for the shipping. But let me tell you guys, if you are big fans and if you have the money, I mean, go for it, because the transfer looks like amazing, really amazing transfer. And this is loaded with special features. And look at this artwork, it's really good. And like I told you, there is individual releases. If for some reason you just want the first or the second one, you can order them individually, the Mediabook or just the standard release. That is a little bit cheaper than you buying like the Mediabook. But this one is gorgeous. If you can have like look at this artwork, is really, really nice if you want to have the three movies in one nice media book. So, guys, I don't even know where to start when it comes to the special features. I mean, this is loaded to start. Again, like I told you yesterday, with the firepower. All the movies have like the original audio English, and they have dubbed in German, and they have German subtitles, they have English subtitles as well. So a lot of releases in Germany, sometimes they don't put English subtitles, but this one had like English audio, English subtitles. Obviously the menus are in German, but pretty much you can understand everything. That's not like really an issue. So English audio 2.0, and you have like English like subtitles as well, and so that's amazing. And the picture quality is amazing. In a minute I'm going to show you some scenes so you can see it's a really good transfer. Probably there is like online, there is like the Ring of Fire 1 and the Ring of Fire like 3, the Lion Strike. There is like maybe I think Plex and maybe Film Rise. They might, I don't know if Film Rise owns the rights to this one in the US or even worldwide, because the thing is, in the beginning of the movie, before you see the PM logo, you have like the logo saying like Film Rise. And and most of these movies, even the case, you have like the logo of the Film Rise. So Film Rise might own this in some capacity. I'm not 100% sure. I know that Focus Media, they are doing a great job, and they put like on their like page on like Instagram and even like Facebook some of the negatives, some even Cyber Tracker that was being released last year 1 and 2 with Don Wilson as well, and they actually have the negative probably that they used to do the transfer and the scans for the Cyber Tracker movies. So I don't know how it works, but probably Film Rise in some sort, they have like the rights as well to this, but they are not releasing any movies. They just have the rights, and probably they put it on the online platforms for people to see. But like me, I'm a big fan, collector. I grew up collecting VHSs and then DVDs later. Now I collect Blu-rays and 4Ks, and for me it's like a dream come true, like to collect these ones, because it's easy to get the Rambos and the the Terminators, those like like a Kickboxer with Van Damme is like even though it's bigger movies, even though action, but these low budget PM entertainment movies, it's super hard. I think hopefully next will be the new Image movie. Someone will put out the new Image movies like the Cyborg Cops and those ones. So guys, when it comes to the special features of the first one, the first one is like a cult classic. Everyone is in that one. You have Wilson, Maria Ford, like Vince Murdoch, Dale Jacoby, Eric Lee, Stephen Vincent Lee, Roy Yuan, everyone is in the movie. I mean, that's like a who's who of like martial artists, and literally you have martial artists like champions. You know, Michael Delano, actually, that plays the cop. Michael Delano is the only one part of Don Wilson that has been in the three movies of like Ring of Fire, and you might know him from the movie Commando, that guy that dies in the beginning of the movie, that is killed like by Bill Duke, right? The car salesman, and he was in so many. I don't know, Fist of Iron, Zero Tolerance. He did a lot of movies for PM, so he's the only one that is in the three movies with Don Wilson. But when it comes to the cast, I mean, everyone is in this one. All the people's favorites. I mean, Vince Murdoch from Kickboxer 2, Dale Jacoby, that is an 8th-degree black belt karate, Eric Lee, that has been in how many like martial art movies, Stephen Vincent Lee, that did so many PM movies. You have Gary Daniels as well, Ron Yuan. And then that's when it comes to. I want to talk to you about is like the special features, because Ring of Fire 1, you have an interview with Don Wilson, you have an interview with Gary Daniels, and you have an interview with Art Camacho. And you might know Art Camacho is a martial artist, stunt coordinator. Most of the movies you can see me like having like small roles in the movies. I mean, this one was the first one, the first time he worked with Don Wilson in Ring of Fire, coordinating being the fight choreographer. Then he has like small roles in Ring of Fire, like 2 is like in Firepower, and then he directed like Guardian Angel with Cynthia Rothrock and Ken McLeod. So basically everything that is related with PM. Art Camacho is involved because he probably was the fight choreographer. He directed some movies for PM. He had small roles in most of the PM movies. So you have Richard Pepin, the founders of like PM Entertainment, and they were pretty much like involved in most of the movies. Like Joseph Mary and Richard Pepin, they were involved in most of the movies. Like Art Camacho was, because in the end they started like late in the late 80s, but it was beginning of the 90s they exploded into the scene of the low budget like B movie straight to video, and Don Wilson was their main guy in the beginning, and then Gary Daniels became like huge for them as well. So they were two of the main guys for like PM Entertainment. So everyone is in this movie. So this is an amazing movie. It was directed by Richard Manskin, that he directed the first and the second one. Then the third one was directed by Rick Jacobson, that directed the one with Jerry Trimble, Full Contact, and the one with Dominic LaBlanca, the Dragon Fire. That basically they are like copies of like Blood Fist, basically. So he directed the third one, but the first two, two amazing movies. And like I told you, have a lot of information when it comes to the first one. Interviews with Don Wilson, with Gary Daniels, and Don Wilson talks about stories like when he was offered, he was filming like Blood Fist 3 first to fight, and he was approached from the guys from PM Entertainment, and they offer him a role in this movie called like Ring of Fire. And initially he was like hesitant like about accepting it, and they said, "Oh, Don, we're going to get like an assembled cast. It's going to be full of action martial arts scenes, but you just have to fight in the final scene. It's going to be a love story between you and Maria Ford, and the other guys are going to do all the fighting, and you do just the final fight scene." And that's true. The first movie, it doesn't fight much, Don Wilson, but you have all the guys doing the rest, Dale Jacoby and Eric Lee, and you have Vince Murdoch, you have all those guys fighting, and then you have Don Wilson against like Dale Jacoby, that was the girlfriends of like Maria Ford. She was the sister of like Vince Murdoch. They are part of the Little Italy, and then you have the Chinatown, where you have like Don Wilson Wilson, Eric Lee, Ron Yuan, and you have that clash, and you have that big final scene in the Ring of Fire between Don Wilson and Dale Jacoby. So an amazing cult classic that I watched countless times growing up. This was always on TV. I remember recording it on TV. It was like super famous and one of people's favorites, basically, when you have all these like martial artists in one movie, all legit. And you have the interview with Gary Daniels as well, and where he says that initially he was offered the role of the main villain, but then they did like a promotional like photo shoot and like a training like a session with him and Don Wilson. And at the time, Don Wilson was like a world champion, but Gary Daniels was a really good kickboxer as well. He was an amateur like champion, and basically he was in great condition, great shape. And for some reason, the guys responsible, they said, we cannot have you like up against like Don Wilson. He's going to look bad. Not like we know in real life, probably Don Wilson will beat like Gary Daniels. It's not the case, but Gary Daniels was super agile and he looked amazing, in super shape. He lifted weights, and they didn't want that up against like Don. They didn't know at the time he was in that great shape. They said he looked too good to be up against like Don and the final fight scene. And he says that at the time, but in the end, Gary Daniels said he just wanted to be in the movie, and then they put them fighting Ron Yuan in the beginning of the movie. Didn't have that. He was not the main villain as he was expecting to be in the beginning, but like he said, in the end he became like one of PM's top guy. Maybe after Don Wilson, maybe he became the biggest guy for PM, because even the Firepower, he was supposed to be the sidekick to Chad McQueen, but for me, he's the main guy on Firepower. And then you have all the movies Riot and Rage, and he did so many cult classics for PM Entertainment. That is Deadly Target is is endless, the amount of movies he did for PM Entertainment. So that's great. That's why these interviews are amazing. And Art Camacho talks about how fun it was, like the shooting and everything, like choreographing the martial arts scene. So I mean, this is literally loaded. There is like a demonstration between like Gary Daniels and Don Wilson as well, kickboxing, like a demonstration that they included on this Blu-ray as well. You have the original trailer, you have the like a vintage trailer, the German trailer, photo gallery. So a dream come true. Usually when they release this, it's like they release the movie, sometimes upscale from the DVD, and there is no extras whatsoever. When they get like Don Wilson, Gary Daniels, Art Camacho to talk about it, I mean, amazing. Now, Ring of Fire 2, what can I say about Ring of Fire 2? For some people, the best in the series. Some people would say the first. But when it comes to the cast, you say, how can you get better and bigger than Ring of Fire? All the guys that I just mentioned, all these martial artists. And you go to the second one, you still have Don Wilson, Maria Ford, Vince Mordoco, Ron Yuan, Dale Jacoby, Eric Lee. And this time they are all together. They are not enemies. They are all together. And then on top of that, you have Gerald Okamura, that legendary big beard from the Ninja Academy, Showdown in Little Tokyo, Mortal Kombat. I mean, he's been in like a million martial art action movies from the 80s and the 90s. Everyone knows Gerald Okamura. He's like gigantic when it comes to the martial arts like action movies. Everyone knows the bald guy with the big gray beard. Gerald Okamura is on this one. And then you have Evan Lurie. I mean huge Evan Lurie that from American Kickboxer 2, Double Impact with Van Damme. Is in the Tiger Claws, like a trilogy as well. Hologram Man is like Inferno with Don Wilson. You might know he's like a trademark long hair. You have like Ken McLeod that from Showdown with Billy Blanks, and from 93, and Patrick Kilpatrick, the kickboxing academy, Guardian Angel with Cynthia Rothrock. I mean, you had Ian Jacqueline from that match with Matthias Hughes. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Imagine all these guys in just one movie. You have Todd Curtis, that is the bad guy on Out for Blood as well, from PM Entertainment. So imagine all these amazing martial artists in literally one movie, on top of all the guys you have on the first, apart from Steve Vincent Lee, that is not on this one. Obviously, the rest. I mean, when you have all the cast from the first, and you put Evan Lurie, and you put Ian Jacqueline, Gerald Okamura, and you put Ken McLeod. I mean, it's like an all-star cast. And this one is kind of like futuristic, all the fight scenes like underground in the tunnels, the explosions. And even they talk about that because, again, this one, you have an interview again with Art Camacho that he choreographed the fight scenes. You have an interview with Don Wilson again. So you have like an interview with Eric Lee as well. You have one for this, and you have like archival interviews as well. You have again the trailer, the retro trailer. So, and I mean, it's amazing. I mean, the amount of interviews they did, the effort, the love they put on this release, that usually you don't get this for like a B action movie from the 90s. Literally, you don't. And it's amazing when they do this to this amazing trilogy, and they go and they talk with the actors, and you get a lot of information from that time. And Art Camacho said that it was the funnest movie that he was involved. It was like Ring of Fire too, because like he said, all amazing actors, martial artists. It was so easy, and it was a lot of fun on set. It was super cool to be involved on this one. From all the movies, it was involved on the PM era. Art Camacho said that the one he enjoyed the most, it was like a Ring of Fire 2, and Don Wilson enjoyed as well. He said it was like a great cast as well, this one. And like I told you, for me, maybe this one is the best in the series. I know that a lot of people say the first, because it's always that nostalgia from is very nostalgic to say like the first one is the first one. And that's true. But this one, in terms of cast, in terms of martial artists, guys that we love, we grew up watching from the 80s and the 90s. I mean, this one has everyone in this movie is loaded. You have all the guys that you grew up watching, the villains on this one. Amazing movie. The special features, again, they look amazing, and I'm going to show you just in a second, guys, the picture quality of this one. I'm just going to talk about the third one, and then I'm going to show you that the transfer they did looks really good, really solid. The transfer, I mean, it's not a 4K, it's like a Blu-ray, but there is no information about if they did a 4K scan, a 2K scan. If it's not a 4K scan, it looks amazing to me, and I'm going to show you guys in a second. When it comes to the third one, Lion Strike from 94. So probably a lot of people, I know some friends that they don't like this one much. It's action-packed, it's a really nice movie, but it doesn't in a way follow the story of the first, the second one. In the second one, you have most of the cast from the first one, right? And this one basically is John Wilson, sorry, is like Don Wilson, Dr. John Woo, and basically from the past two movies, it's just him and Michael Delano, the police officer, and basically it's the only two guys from the first two movies. Because even Don Wilson, again, there is an interview with Don Wilson, an interview with Arthur Camacho, and it explains here why maybe he decided to kill Maria Ford, right in the story. He has like a kid, but he's like a single dad. Maria Ford supposedly died, and and that's the story. And then you don't have any of the cast from the previous two movies, so this is completely totally different story. It could be just a regular movie. Like, to be honest, when I grew up in Portugal, I don't think even they call it like Ring of Fire 3 in Portugal. Of course, I knew it was a sequel. At the time, there was no internet, right? I knew it was the sequel because he had the same name, John Woo, than in the first two, but you don't have anyone from the first two apart from Delano, that is the police officer. This is like nothing to do with the first two, but still action packed. There's a lot of nice action scenes. Uh, I really like this one. I'm not going to say it's better than the first two, because it's not nothing to do with the first two movies. But a solid action movie. And actually, Don Wilson said, like, initially the original title was supposed to be Global Mafia. That was the title that he envisioned and he wanted to be, but for some reason they changed. It was Bobby Phillips that is in this movie. She was in some movies with. I think she was in TC 2000 with Billy Blanks, and she's like his love interest in a movie, right? And for some reason, there was a scene in a movie when they were shooting, and she said, "Oh, this one should be called like Lion Strike," and they gave it like the title Lion Strike. So I think it was the producer as well on this one, and I think the second one, Don Wilson. So, and he liked it as well. So initially he wanted to give it like Global Mafia, but then he accepted, and it was changed to Lion Strike, Ring of Fire 3, Lion Strike, and I can understand why some people. After seeing the first two loaded with martial artists and a lot of martial arts scenes, this one you have a lot of like action, gun action. You have explosions. Like, it's not a PM entertainment movie if you don't see big explosions, right? That's their trademark, PM entertainment. But this one is still like a lot of fun as well. I mean, it's not like the first two, but I still like it. That's why I wanted, like, I didn't buy it last year, and originally I had like a feeling that they were going to put these three in one media book, or box set or whatever, and actually they did, as you can see here, and they actually did, and so it's great news. So guys, what I'm going to do is I'm going to link down below, if you guys want to order this one. I'm going to link the place where I bought this one, Mediaversan. But you can also buy, if you go to Amazon Germany, you can buy this one. But I think Amazon Germany right now, they are charging 70 something roughly euros for this one, plus 5 shipping. I mean, to the UK, so there'll be like 80 euros to the UK. Probably to US will be a lot more expensive. But I'm going to link down below. You have all the links for the movies, even if you want to buy them individually. If you just like the first one, if you just like the second one, you can just order the first or the second. You don't need to get like the Lion Strike if this one is not like your favorite. But I think if you are big fans, it will be cool to have this nice media book. And this one is really good quality, guys. Believe me, it's really good quality. And I'm saying Mediaverse sound because look, guys, like I said, there is no scratches. It's not dented, pristine, perfect condition. Amazing packaging, nothing to say. So, guys, let me know what you think. If these ones were some of your favorites growing up, Ring of Fire from '91. Ring of Fire 2 Blood and Steel from '93, Lion Strike from '94. If these ones were some of your favorites growing up, please feel free to comment down below. Your opinion is always important to me. I like to interact with you guys. I'm just like a big fan like you guys. I'm here on the channel just to share with you these cult classics that I know some of you guys like me like to collect, and sometimes it's not easy to get information even today that we have the internet, sometimes it's super hard to get your hands to these ones, because these ones are not being released in America, they've not been released here in the UK, so it's super hard sometimes to get these ones, and I'm here on this channel reviewing and doing these unboxings. That's right, guys, if it's your first time watching my channel, what I do on this channel, basically I do the review and unboxing of cult classics from the 80s and the 90s. Essentially, I might do some movies, recent movies, if it's like action, and if you have some of the actors from the 80s and the 90s, but essentially most of my reviews and unboxings is about 80s and 90s movies, action, martial arts, all kinds of movies, the A-listers, and these big cult classics that I loved growing up. I couldn't care less. It's a Warner Brothers movies, a Columbia Pictures, or if it was like a PM, New Image, Canon movies. For me, it's all the same, and sometimes I would prefer to watch these low-budget movies than the big studio movies. This one is the real ones for me. So hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, follow my channel on YouTube. You'll be supporting me so I can do my continue doing these videos, these reviews, these unboxings. It's important for you guys that you like the videos as well, you comment as well, and I'll appreciate it. And like I told you guys, I'm just a big fan like all of you guys. And yeah, that's true, guys. I forgot one thing. Michael Jai White is on the Lion Strike on Ring of Fire 3. So it's just like it's like a small role, and he dies he's in a movie like it's like the first 10 minutes of the movie, roughly 15 minutes. He's in a movie like roughly 10 minutes. He's like from a gang, and he's like a shooting, and he gets killed. I don't want to spoil it, but I mean, the movie's 30 years old. Probably you guys have watched the movie, but just let you know, it was not famous at the time. I mean, it was one of his first movies. It's true that is in that initial in the beginning. Of like Universal Soldier, when you have like Van Damme and Dolph Lundgren, Michael Jai White is one of the soldiers. Is like a small role. So Universal Soldier from '92. This one is from '94. It was his first movies, and then he became the what we know today, one of the most famous guys. He continue the all the guys from the 80s and the 90s. They passed the torch to Michael Jai White, and nowadays, like the B movies, he's one of the biggest guys alongside like Scott Adkins. And that's right, he's on Lion Strike. Michael Jai White, a small role. He gets killed, but he's on this one. Yeah, he was on Universal Soldier, and then he ended up being the bad guy on Universal Soldier 2 in '99 up against Van Damme. And yeah, guys, let me know what you think about the Ring of Fire trilogy. Which one is your favorite? If you like this trilogy, and let me know if you are interested in getting this Blu-ray. Like I told you guys, it's the first time on Blu-ray. It was released last year by Focus Media in Switzerland. They are doing a great job, and they are not going to stop through the 25. They are going to be releasing PM movies non-stop, and that's great news. And this is a really good transfer. And by the way, guys, just before end this video, let me just like I told you guys, I was going to show you just here the picture quality, so you guys can see this is a really good transfer they did. Let me just, if this one here is working. Yeah, I'm going to put it now. So let me just get one scene so you guys can see. As you guys can see, it's a really good picture quality here. Look, as you guys can see the Blu-ray, but a nice solid, as you can see, the definition. Of course, I have a 4K player, so it does the upload. You can see it Ian Jacqueline and Maria Ford and Ian Jacqueline just behind me. So as you can see, it's a really cool quality picture. Like I told you guys, I have like a Panasonic like 4K player that usually upscales the Blu-rays. But this is a really good like so you guys just can see here like 1080p as you can see, and yeah, a really solid like transfer, looks really good, especially you can see the night scenes, the day scenes as well. You see show like the opening scenes, that is like that when they are like outside, they look they look great. Let me just see if I can show you some outside scenes. Here it's like Don Wilson and Delano. Okay, here you can see, just to see like this is like one of the car chase, and you can see just like here like an explosion. Just you see like the good. Okay, here just right here, the picture quality really good, like solid, like picture quality, as you can see, amazing, nice like Blu-ray HD release of this like trilogy. The first one looks amazing. To be honest, I think the third one is the best transfer. Uh, the picture quality of the third one, I think, is the best. If you see, all the three look great, but I think this one is the one that looks the third one is the one that looks the best, the better. But this one looks amazing as well. And I'll leave you with this: the trademark of like PM, the explosions. That's their trademark in all their movies. And yeah, guys, comment down below. Let me know what you think about these three movies, and I'll be with you guys soon, continuing unboxing and reviewing these cult classics from the 80s and the 90s. Keep strong.